So when Kalle's question was about how many's used AI this week, I'm going to start by a different question. This last week, how many of you would honestly say that you, for more than 15 minutes, have been completely and fully present with a person in front of you? Can you raise your hand? 15 minutes. I was like, 15 minutes is like, that's like a long, like 15 seconds is a long time. I'm going to get back to that one. Because the thing is, I'm a technologist, I got to admit. And the thing is, technology is an absolute, extraordinary, magical superpower. If you would take people from the 19th century, if you take your grandparents, and explain most things around you, they're absolutely comic super novels. If you think about it, right now you can get into a plane and you can fly like Superman. Right now you can pick up your phone and you can teleport yourself on the other side of the world and have a phone conference with somebody in South Korea. It is complete magic and extremely hard for us to actually understand what superpowers we actually do have all the time. But the thing is, a lot of weaknesses for people are actually a strength overused. And the problem we have with these things is we start to see the dark sides. I think most of us know, if you go right now over to a cafe anywhere in town, you notice that mobile phones give us a superpower to be present with somebody on the other side of the world. But they make it very hard for us to be present with a person right in front of us. Social media makes it extraordinarily easy to get inspired by any subject super easily. But it's very hard to be satisfied with what you have. AI allows us to create things that we just could not create before, be it code, be it images, be it novels or text. It's extraordinary. The dark side with AI is that it makes it very hard for us to learn. And I'm going to get more into that. Before I do that, I have to say what's good about AI. So I am a VC, I'm a venture capitalist, I invest in startups. I've done that for 15 years. The thing is that previously it was very hard for people to solve uncommon problems. The reason there are hundreds of dating apps and other things is these are very, very common problems. The cool thing now is that now somebody who has no technical background or has technical background, but they have an insight that other people don't have, they can start solving a problem that was just not quote unquote worth it before. Because previously you would need 20 people, 5 years, it would just take too long time. And if you look at solving a problem for, let's say, nurses, is it worth it? Has anybody here ever been at a hospital or met a nurse? Yes, of course it's worth it. But it wasn't worth it for 45-year-old men that are venture capitalists before, sadly. And I think that those kind of problems are hopefully going to be solved way better now. The other thing is that if you go into really gnarly, complex problems that are just not simple flows, you can also start solving those. When I look around myself at a normal workplace, if you go to a factory or something, a factory might look simple from the outside, but when you start understanding it inside, it's really complex. And every time I meet a company that does that, I get really excited because I find that life is, I'm not allowed to use this word by my wife, but I find life being fractal. And what I mean with fractal, for all of you who are not like math nerds, is that it's insanely complex. It's like a coastline with a lot of different small crags and niches. And the thing is that previously when we could code software the way we did before, we could only solve very common problems, very solve workflow problems. That's why there are 101 different calendar booking apps or whatever, because that's like a common problem. Everybody books meetings. But right now, AI allows us both to solve problems that weren't quote-unquote worthy before, but it also allows us to take these things that are in the brains of some of the people that work in a factory or in a lab or in any other complex environment and able to make tools for them. So we will see enormous advancements in really, really complex tasks. And as Kalle said, I happen to work a lot with climate. Climate is a very physical problem. It has a lot of atoms and things, heating, food, buildings. It's a very, very fractal and complex problem. So I think we're going to be able to solve some of the ignored problems and some of the hardest problems thanks to AI. And that makes me really positive. So why am I not only positive about AI? Why did I start with that dystopic intro? Lancet, the medical journal last year, published a really, really scary report. So they used AI to assist endocrinologists, the people who try to figure out if you've got cancer up your ass. And that's like a great problem to assist with AI, not only because it's worthy, but because it is also, there's a lot of pictures, a lot of images, there's a lot of data. AI loves data, we know that. So you can really do a lot of good stuff with AI to figure out, is this cancer, is this high risk of cancer? And the endocrinologists improved their skills a lot, like a lot. It was really good. And I think that all of us would just be like, great, go on, solve more complex problems. After 6 months, the skill of these endocrinologists with AI had decreased. A bit strange though, because they used the same tools and workflows. Why had it gotten worse? So the study decided that they would not now go back to doing what they did before and not use AI. The detection rate for the endocrinologists now, after using AI, without AI, gone down 21% permanently. They had lost something with using AI. And the question I'm asking you, and that I want you to think about, is what did they lose? Like, if I'm using a computer, yeah, sure, my handwriting gets worse. But it's going to come back, right, if I write a lot. Or will it? I think that AI removes something way worse and way more insidious that we don't really think about. Because those are the things that make us human. I think AI deprives us of 3 things that we every day have to remind ourselves that we have. It deprives us of willpower, it deprives us of presence, and it deprives us of dreams. And I think that's something we have to constantly strive to do. You have to be able to have the willpower to say no to stuff, to turn off social media, to run 5K without headphones. As it's called in Sweden, which my kids remind me, it's called skavmaxa, for those of you who don't have teenagers. Just being able to handle the friction of normal, everyday life. That's hard. It requires immense willpower. Here's the good news. It is like a muscle. It's been shown, it's a part of the brain. If you constantly handle willpower shit, you actually get better at it. And the bad news is, if you stop doing it, you get worse at it. So just keep powering through. Keep telling yourself, yes, I'm going to call my parents and listen to my dad's worry about interest rates and my large mortgage for 15 minutes, and then I'm going to ask him, how are you, Dad? And I'm going to try to just power through. It's worth it. Presence, it's the same thing. If you're sitting at a cafe waiting for a friend and you just got that amazing sugar bowl cappuccino, frappuccino thing with the dots on top, don't take a fucking picture of it. Just look at it. Just look at it for a second. I was buying strawberries yesterday, and from the wonderful girl who sold strawberries, I asked if they're good, and she smiled and said, but they're pretty. And I was like, wait a second, what do you mean? I'm not going to take pictures of the strawberries, I'm going to have them. And the third thing, I think, is that we lose our dreams. And what makes us lose our dreams is that I think many of us are living someone else's life. And what I mean by that is there are a lot of us that live the life our parents wanted, or spouses wanted, or your boss wanted, or society wanted. And AI makes this just harder because it's so much easier to send more emails, to code more, to produce more, to have more and more meetings. So I think try to come back to, what do I want? Because again, the cool thing with AI is that now you can build it. So a message is, AI gives you amazing tools. That's great. A weakness is a strength overused. So practice taking off that exoskeleton and being weak, because that is what keeps you strong and human. Thank you very much.